multiple witnesses. There were several individuals in this truck fully involved.
Glasses.
Did you guys see? There's someone in that truck? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how many persons there.
Okay, appreciate it.
Officer,
Yeah.
I got a suggestion.
Yeah.
It's possible they can move up.
Okay. Are you the truck in the front?
Yeah. I was stopped and the other guy, I just hit me and I was like, what the hell? And I put my flashes. I said, they don't see me. This truck might be coming so fast.
Stop.
This truck might be coming so fast. I don't know, is a car in there?
God.
Is a car in there?
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, bro.
1811.
Please, oh no.
Just for info, there is a SUV that I did not see before. Completely destroyed. Unknown 63s inside.
On January 12, 2023, at 6:15 in the morning, 36-year-old truck driver Danny Glen Tiner slammed his garbage-hauling semi into stopped traffic on Interstate 10 near Chandler, Arizona. 5 people were killed instantly. 2 passenger vehicles, a Ford F-250 and a Toyota Camry, were sandwiched between Tiner's truck and a second semi stopped ahead. Both cars ignited. The victims never had a chance.
This is my truck. They can move this.
Whose truck is it? Do you know who van this is?
And these guys right here.
The trooper tries to help others clear the area before more backup arrives.
I couldn't get a good look inside, but right before that truck flaming up, I'm pretty sure I saw it.
What's that?
63.
Oh yeah, that whole SUV is gone. So at least two people in that truck, and then whoever's in that SUV. I didn't even see the SUV at first.
So those flames just started coming up, and I'm pretty sure I was able to make out of it.
At least one?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so. But I'm not 100%.
I want to move. Oh well. I was gonna try to move this truck, but the fire's already working on it, so there's no point at this point. The only witness I think is that white truck that's in the very back. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay, perfect.
I can't see shit right now. Everything flew off. My hat, my headset, everything.
Were you involved at all?
I'm the truck driver.
Oh, this back truck?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
All I did was look down real quick, looked up, and they were all right there. And I slammed on my brakes, and it just...
Okay.
Ryan Gooding, Andrew Standifird, Jerardo Vazquez, Willis Thompson, Gilberto Franco. 4 of them were coworkers at AAA Landscaping, carpooling to their morning shift. A routine commute turned into a death trap.
Do you have like your ID and all that with you?
Yeah, it's in my pocket. Because I didn't see
sir. You're a truck driver, right?
Yes.
What are you carrying?
So it's solar panels. It's not flammable.
Solar panels?
Yeah, solar
Okay.
panels. Yeah. The only problem that I have is
Gas.
I don't reach my fuel tank.
Diesel, okay.
Hey, I don't know if I have to be, man, but see, I just started my hours like maybe 2 hours ago. And I was coming this way, so, and I see the how you call right now, congestion, so I start to slow down. And I just slow down and I put my flashes, that way cars behind me, they can see, slow down, because a lot of cars, most of the time they don't give a damn.
Then you got hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was stopped. And all of a sudden I hear like, boom, somebody hit me, like, what the hell?
If you can just stay over there for a second, okay?
Traffic had been congested from 2 earlier truck incidents on I-10 that morning. A witness hauling solar panels said he was stopped with his hazard lights on when Tiner's truck hit from behind. Another witness, a Spanish-speaking trucker, said he saw Tiner's red semi approaching at full speed and knew it was not going to stop.
Is it Daniel on your driver's license or Danny?
Danny.
Danny? Okay. Oh, you have it? Sweet.
Cop asked me to pull it out before, and he never took it.
Oh, that's all right. As you can tell, we got a lot going on.
All I did was look down at my tablet real quick, and then looked up, brakes, slammed on the brakes, and took up, and then that's what happened.
Will you ask him what he had in the back of that? What did you have in the back of your trailer?
All garbage.
All garbage?
All garbage.
Just trash?
Just trash.
Nothing hazardous that you know of?
As far as I know, no.
Okay, thank you.
Get for me.
Do you know how fast you're going?
Speed limit 65.
Okay.
Usually set the cruise control at the speed limit.
Okay. Did you
I can hover my foot over the brake just in case.
Okay. Did you have your seatbelt on?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So I think that's why my shoulder's fucking killing me.
All right. So what happened? So you left 19th Broadway, got on the freeway.
Got on the freeway, came down here. There was traffic on 17 a little bit. So then I got over here, got to here where it turns into the 10, came down, and it was running pretty smooth. All I did was look down real quick at the tablet because a message came through, and then I was like, what the heck? Okay, whatever. And right when I looked back at the road, brake lights.
Okay.
And I slammed on my brake, and it just kept, it's an overweight truck, just keeps going forward. Not overweight, but 40, whatever, weight truck, 80 pounds. I think I'm not overweight. Even though we just got the permit today. Let us know. This was going to be my next one. It's going to be overweight.
So you look down, you look back up, you just saw a bunch of brake lights.
Yep.
And you tried to stop.
Mm-hmm.
When officers asked Tiner what happened, he said he looked down at his electronic work tablet because it made a noise, glanced at it, looked back up, saw brake lights, and could not stop in time. That was a lie. FBI digital forensic analysis later revealed Tiner had accessed at least 4 separate TikTok videos within seconds of the collision. He was not checking a work notification. He was scrolling social media at 68 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour construction zone.
Well, the reason why I use my cruise control and I leave my foot over the brake pedal so that because of stuff like that, or we get it all the time. We'll get people trying to, instead of waiting behind us a couple seconds to get off of that exit, they'll run around us and then cut us off. It's like, what the hell?
Okay. Do you know how much your vehicle was? How much you weighed?
No.
How much was your trailer? How about that? Your load? Do you know?
It was on the, no, because we just pick up and we go off the gauge in the truck, and then we wait when we get out to Cacho because they have the scale.
What was the last weight you saw on your truck?
It was at 40, the gauge anyways, the gauge ran at like 49.50, somewhere in there.
49,000-ish? Okay. And what you said your shoulder hurts?
Yeah.
Which shoulder? Left? Okay.
Yeah, because that's what the seatbelt goes across. The needle's kind of stuck. You can't get out from underneath the dash. that person got out of the vehicle.
Anything else? Left shoulder? You said your knee?
My knee.
Which knee? Right knee?
And the dash came up.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
Just your left shoulder and your right knee? Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to help me get out, and I was trying to kick the window. I couldn't get it out. When he bashed the back window, that means I'm out that way. There wasn't anybody in that car or vehicle or whatever I hit, was it?
We don't know. I don't know yet. I didn't really walk up anywhere. I just came here and wanted me to get your info and make sure you were okay and see if you're going to get transported or not. I'm going to close this door. I'm going to come around and open that door, okay?
Alright.
What's that?
I hope this does not make the news.
I think it did. That's a helicopter right there.
Tiner walked away with a sore shoulder and a bruised knee. He escaped through his rear window after an officer broke the glass. Meanwhile, Andrew Standiford's mother had to identify her son by dental records because the fire was so severe. At one point during the investigation, Tiner told officers he hoped the incident would not make the news. An officer replied that it already had. A news helicopter was circling overhead.
We sent Daniel over here?
Huh?
We see,
Yeah, he's talking to the primary witness and the other, that other officer over getting some info.
Next,
So he was stopped for about 15, 20 seconds.
Complete
When he stopped, he had a good following, good distance from the van in front of him. About 15, 20 seconds later, he felt a big hit from behind.
okay, just one impact?
Yeah, one impact.
Un solo golpe.
Can you see if the car was stopped behind him and all?
¿Podía ver el carro atrás de usted para algo o no?
No miré. Por el trancazo dije.
Did he see the truck coming?
No, tampoco lo miré.
No lo miró hacia que venía
Just
hacia
felt-
usted, ¿no?
No, miré que venía un troque.
¿El semi o otro carro?
No, el rojo.
Semi rojo.
Ajá,
Pero no miró nadie enfrente.
No,
de ese carro.
no, atrás del
So he was able to see the semi coming towards him, but he didn't see.
Y yo dije, este no va a alcanzar.
never saw anybody behind him other than this.
No, porque como ese es ese es el semi, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Mi troque, la caja de atrás.
Sí.
So, si está un carro aquí, no
lo
lo
puede
puedo
ver.
ver. Ajá. Solamente
Pero
el semi.
sí miró el semi rojo.
Sí, venía recio. Y yo dije, este no me va a alcanzar a parar.
So he said he couldn't see who was directly behind him, if there was anybody behind him.
Because of the
Because of the trailer, but he was able to see the red semi coming at him fast, and he said, "Oh, that dude's not going to be able to stop."
Like I said, my name is Detective Joe Ritchie. I'm with the Arizona Department of Public Safety, Vehicular Crimes Unit. And just regarding this crash, can you just kind of tell me what happened?
I set the, like I normally do when I get on the highway, I got up to speed, set the cruise control. I always keep my foot hovering over the brake. I looked over at my tablet, it made a noise, so I just looked at it real quick. And then I looked back at the road, brake lights, and I tried to slam on my brakes, and then just the weight of the truck just kept going forward.
What was traffic like here before the collision, before you saw those brake lights?
There was no one in front of me, nothing. It was wide open. Everyone was moving at the pace, everyone was going good. And that's when I heard, the instant I looked down and looked up, that's when I saw brake lights.
Okay.
Like everyone just started braking, and I was like, crap.
Okay. Which, you do take any kind of other substances, marijuana?
I don't want to fuck up my license, so no.
Yeah, so, that's good.
I mean, me and my friends have talked about that stuff. We don't want to fuck up our license and shit like that.
That's smart.
I mean, like my buddy, we joke about it, like we can test us anytime, we'll piss Aquafina, we don't care. We keep our shit clean, we don't want to fuck up our license.
Yeah, smart, real smart. When the crash happened, so just kind of back up a little bit. You get a message on your ELD. Do you know what the message said?
No, because right when I looked, and then I looked back up because I looked real quick to see why I was going off, and then looked up, and that's when I saw brake lights. Anything right now, it sucks not having my glasses. Came off and right.
Were you wearing your glasses when the
Yes.
still had? Okay. You just lost them after the impact and all that?
Yeah, my hat and everything flew off. Hoping the guy that I got the hat from will sympathize with me and send me to that.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna find them after looking at your truck right now. Luckily for you, you got out of that thing.
Yeah. I was on the side and I heard somebody yell fire and I was like, what the f? Yanked out. My knee hurts a little bit from getting out from between the dash and everything. And I'm sitting there trying to kick the window out of my side, driver's side, and wouldn't brake. I was like, oh, we're fine. So they, I guess there was an officer behind me that was behind me, I guess, or something. Some other guy. He came up with tried to pry the door open, couldn't get it open, so he just busted out the back of the window. I climbed out through the back window. Truck.
So what exactly happened out there?
I was going down the road. I set my cruise control at 65, and because I'm 3 years over the road, almost 4 years now with my CDL, and I'm like, I learned it over the road and everything. Set the cruise control and have my foot always hover over the brake. I've had so many cars being impatient to go from, wait just a couple seconds behind me to get off at the exit. They have to race around me and they cut me off to get off the exit. So,
it's like those knuckleheads going from HOV to the exit ramp with like a quarter mile to spare, right?
That too.
So you had your cruise.
Oh, look, it's a big trucker company. Let's try to slam the brakes and get hit and get some money. Think it's a payday.
Right.
It's like, you do know that's a death sentence of 80-pound truck.
You attempted to brake.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wasn't going to be able to stop that big truck.
Not in time, no. Everyone's all freaking out. Calling me. Boss is trying to come down here and apparently he's stuck over on Ray Road.
I think we saw him when he was sitting over there.
Chevy
They
FBI
just
truck?
want to...
Red FBI truck?
Yeah. Right now they're just trying to keep as few people out here as possible while they're working all this.
I've been trying to ask them over and no one's answering. I was like, did the person in the truck get out? Pickup truck?
What time did you go home last night?
I went home around, it was like, I left the yard probably around 3 o'clock, I think 3 is the latest.
3 p.m.? That's when you officially logged out of work. That's your official off-duty time. Okay. And what time did you start this morning?
About 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Might be another vehicle.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Really? Are you seeing more than 4 rims?
Yeah. So you have the semi right there, right? That's the wheel for the semi. That wheel right there is attached to the frame and the tailpipe of a 3/4 ton truck. It's 8 wheels or 8 lugs.
Oh, are you okay?
And then the wheel over here is a 5 lug, a car or light duty truck. So that's one right there. That's another one over there. And then the cab of the semi is over there. The trailer, so we might end up having 6 or 7 if there's more than 2 right there. But there's 2 for sure there.
That's 2 bodies right there, right? That I can see. Or is that one?
And they said that's that body right there. That might be another one or a piece of it. He doesn't know.
So there's some questions. I don't know if this is pertinent. Mind if I take a look at your phone? I just want to rule that out, make sure you weren't on your phone. Is it open?
Yeah, it's open.
So text messages, is that text messages?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I look at them? So it looks like if I'm looking at this right, you got a text message. What's today's date?
Thursday, January 12th.
The 12th. So you got a text message yesterday, and then the first one you got this morning was at 6:12. Is that right? Were you on the internet or anything at your phone? Where was your phone at when the crash happened?
In my pocket.
In your pocket? Okay. Do you mind if I take a look at the internet? Can you pull your internet up for me?
Stuff that. No, that's when I'm at home.
Okay.
I haven't
no
messed
worries.
with it.
Okay.
I don't mess with that when I'm driving. I keep it in my pocket.
No problem.
I got my head. I normally have my headset burnt to the truck. I have a headset, so if someone calls, I hit it and then talk.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
I don't
and no
mess with
calls?
it.
Can I?
6 months later, troopers arrested Tiner at his home on 10 felony charges, including 5 counts of manslaughter and 1 count of tampering with evidence for lying about the TikTok use. In June 2024, Tiner pleaded guilty to 5 counts of negligent homicide. On August 16, 2024, he was sentenced to 22.5 years in prison. 4.5 years for each life he took, served consecutively. This was the first social media distracted driving fatality conviction in Arizona DPS history. Danny Glen Tiner receives a grade of F. He was scrolling TikTok while driving a 49,000-pound truck, speeding in a construction zone, and then lied about it to investigators. 5 people are dead because he chose entertainment over the road. The responding Arizona DPS troopers receive a grade of A- for exemplary scene management under chaotic multi-fatality conditions. The DPS investigation team receives a grade of A for the thorough FBI forensic work that uncovered Tiner's deception and secured the conviction. There are critical lessons from this tragedy that every driver, especially commercial operators, must take seriously. First, no notification is worth a life. Tiner glanced at his phone for a few seconds. At 68 miles per hour, those seconds covered hundreds of feet of highway. By the time he looked up, it was already too late. Put the phone away. Every time. No exceptions. Second, construction zones exist for a reason. Reduced speed limits account for unexpected stops, lane changes, and congestion. Tiner was going 13 miles per hour over the limit. That extra speed erased any chance he had of stopping in time. Third, lying to investigators makes everything worse. Tiner's false tablet story added a tampering with evidence charge and destroyed any sympathy a court might have offered. Honesty after a mistake is not optional. It is a legal and moral obligation. And fourth, the consequences of distracted driving are not abstract. 5 real people with families, and futures were erased in an instant. A mother identified her son by his teeth. Another mother watched the man who killed her son show no remorse in court. 22.5 years in prison. 5 lives gone forever. All because of TikTok behind the wheel. If this case does not make you put your phone down while driving, nothing will. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.